Good. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 136th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by the Sam Rockwell to my Saoirse Ronan, Jaden.
So I get to be Sam Rockwell. That's nice.
Yeah,
You feminize yourself, which is rare. You know, self-feminization. That's 4chan will go crazy with this one.
You've never really seen that. Yeah.
No.
To break it down, my logic was that I talk a lot and I'm slightly obnoxious, and then you sort of just get to have a nap. How does that sound?
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
I can definitely cop that now that you've reasoned it.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought it was pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is See How We Run?
They Run.
See How You Run? See How They Run, which opened in the US on the 16th of September 2022, directed by Tom George, who listened to an interview with him this week, but I didn't look at his filmography. Has he done anything of note that you've seen?
No, he hasn't. He's got 3 films here, and they look like straight to TV type things, but UK straight to TV type things.
Okay. Interesting. So good for him, coming out here with a big showing. It's a mystery comedy, and the synopsis says, in the West End of London, of 1950s London, plans for a movie version of a smash hit play come to an abrupt halt after a pivotal member of the crew is murdered. Murder. Wow. Jaden, if you can somehow dig into your memory, what do you think of See How They Run?
I quite liked it. Not as much as I was expecting to like it. I think just the way it's built is it feels very custom tailored to a man of my tastes. But it didn't fully drive home. I thought it was decently funny. I did engage with the story a lot. Loved the cast, obviously. Sam, Saoirse, whoever else is there. Adrian Brody. There you go. There's another name.
Yeah. David, whatever his face is. David Ella. I can't. How do you say surname?
David.
Like the black dude, the black British dude. David. I never know how to say his surname. David. It's just David.
David. Oh, Ruth Wilson was there as well. Right. David. Oh, you're low. Okay. Yeah. That guy. Yep.
Yeah. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he? It was good, but it just didn't fully finish for me. You know, edged me quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It was average for me. I think I'm a bit lower than you. I really wanted to like it more than I did. And it had all the tools, like the cast, the setting, the starting premise of the plot was pretty cool. I like it being about the director, and I like all the meta aspects with it, playing with the mousetrap and the real world history of some of that. Like, I think that's all really cool. And it's a capably directed film, but I don't know, like the aspect I disagree with is just, for me, I just couldn't get into the story. The script just lets it down for me on a plot side and on a character side. It's a cute movie for sure. Like when I think about it, I think about the cute moments, the fun moments between the characters, a little quirky dialogue stuff that's fun, but I think it does fail to ever become a really compelling whodunit at the end of the day, or a compelling drama or mystery in any real way. And as we already discussed, I also completely regret watching it almost a week ago because a lot of it was pretty forgettable story-wise for me. So, dude, I was scrolling through my notes this morning, and some of my more specific criticisms, reading them now, I've got no idea what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm referring to. So that's going to be crazy. I mean, it usually just shakes out. I don't do it deliberately necessarily, but it usually just shakes out. I end up watching these movies for the show either like within the 48 hours before we record, sometimes the morning we record. And this was just one where I just thought I'd throw it on last weekend. And boy, I'm feeling that. I didn't plan for this. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done
the first one, and we can see if we can piece it together.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I actually can't find what I'm looking for. No, hang on. Here's one. So to open, to sort of set the stage for the larger point, I feel the film, in terms of how the plot progresses, seems very linear, tackling the detective and the constable. They visit one suspect at a time. They're all, as they interview each one, they're all equally suspicious, sort of. And they don't, I don't know, there's like, you go to each one and there's like valid reason as to, as the movie points out, as to why each one could have done it. But the story from there doesn't evolve in any meaningful way, or the character motivations never connect in a meaningful way. I feel like I spent the first two acts of this movie just after the establishing stuff, just sort of going to each person, establishing that, yeah, each of them sort of has a fairly decent reason that they could have done it. And then that's when you'd think in a decent mystery, the story would then from there start twisting your expectations, start, oh no, this person actually knows this person and actually worked together with them, but then you misread them earlier because of this. But that never really happens in the movie. It's sort of just like you get your starting point, and then they sort of all meet up at the end, and then it just sort of plays out before you. So that was just my larger point. But what I've got here, this is the note I couldn't figure out. It was when Sam Rockwell was accused of being the killer. And he wakes up in hospital.
Jail, no?
In jail. Jail. And my note says, why did Joyce think she was there?
Which Joyce?
I don't know. Is there a person named Joyce in the movie?
I have the IMDb open. It's alright. Like I was like prepared for this. Okay.
See, that's another thing. I often, when I'm just typing my phone real quick, that could be an autocorrect. There's no one named Joyce in the movie. Now,
no, I think Joyce to me sounds like the brunette woman that Saoirse thought was his wife. That's who my mind goes to.
Yeah. Right. That would make sense.
Joyce. Okay, here we go. There's Laura Morgan plays Joyce.
So, what actually happened in that scene? So, Saoirse Ronan suspects Sam Rockwell because he starts running out of the production.
Hold on. Wait, is it? Yeah, so I think Joyce is the brunette woman that she thought was the wife that divorced him.
Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. So I'm referring to the right person. Why did Joyce think she was there?
Well, she was there.
I don't know who she is.
So Joyce was the one at the hotel room of Adrian Brody. It's just not Sam Rockwell's wife. So she was there at the hotel room the day, or whenever they had that fight.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to, or are you referring to another thing?
Maybe, or am I saying
because Saoirse pulled her to the prison because she's like she wanted Joyce to confirm that this was in fact her husband or whatever, but it wasn't her husband.
Right, but why okay? So am I saying this is hilarious? I'm actually trying to figure out what I'm saying. Was I saying like why didn't Joyce just understand that? Why didn't Saoirse Ronan just say, "Oh, Detective Constant"? Whatever his name. What's his name? Stalker? Is that his name?
Maybe.
Sam Rockwell's character.
Yeah.
Detective Sam Rockwell.
No.
Is he your husband?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, Stop Hard. Is he your husband? No. Like, why do we have to drag? Like, you know what I mean? Why do we have to drag her there to confirm visually?
Oh well, because because Ronan's such an over presumptuous character. Like there's no need to confirm because she's right.
So she saw the person there at the day they went to visit, and the woman there, and it was a similar description. So the point is, she jumped. Okay, so it's like they say in the movie over and over again. She jumps to conclusions.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's just like, that's Sam Rockwell's wife, obviously.
And
then goes on this whole thing where she arrests him. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, pretty stupid, don't get me wrong. But that's the point. Like, consistent with the character. Okay, I'll allow that. That's fine. Yeah, so, I don't know. I want to know how you feel about the criticism I tried to lay out. I think what the point is that the reveal for me at the end of who actually did it, God, I couldn't even tell you his name, the weird worker guy.
Yeah, I do take issue with that, for sure. Okay. He's not familiar enough to the cast to make it enjoyable. He's too left field. He's not associated to talk to enough, shown enough. Like he's on the very line of being random. But like he does. I guess he can kind of fit in. I guess. But no, I definitely think that the choice of murderer is wrong.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's a great way to put it because it's like the only thing that would indicate to us prior that he could be a suspect is just the fact that he was sort of suspicious looking and sounding. But outside of that, though, there was no, if unless I'm mistaken, and there's details in the film, but I don't believe there's any like genuine things that the film points out about him or about his backstory or about things that you could, or the way, yeah, exactly, the way he
Yeah,
would potentially connect to other characters to then make you logically be able to, in any way, see it.
especially because like your point earlier about how they establish each as they interview each person as being very suspicious. When they interview him, he's just kind of a bumbling idiot, and you're made to dismiss him. And oh, but it's a red herring. It's too loose. There's nothing
Yeah,
to
right.
grasp onto at all. So like, yeah, too
It's
thin.
it's yeah, exactly. Lacks no substance there. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. So I guess for me, that's when you get to the end, and at the end when they pan and show all the suspects, I just felt like I don't know. I still just for all of them, I knew a lot about them, but I just never really got invested in the idea that any of them could have done it individually. Um, and then that's perfectly exemplified by the guy who actually did do it. So I was like, what the hell? All right. Did the woman who played Agatha Christie, did she not sound dead on like Moaning Myrtle?
Was she? I think Moaning Myrtle was in the movie.
She was definitely Moaning Myrtle if that's the case. Because I made a note, she sounds exactly like Moaning Myrtle and it was really distracting.
That was it was
Okay.
yeah.
So I guess I always figured Moaning Myrtle was like a voice or something that someone might be putting on, you know?
No,
Because
I
that's
think
how
she
she
was like
sounds.
30 when she was doing the Harry Potter movies.
Wow. God damn. That voice still haunts me. That's why I took a note of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, anyway, that was overall my biggest thing with the movie. And there's a lot to like about the movie, which we'll get into, and there's a lot that it does right. It's just, and what I tried to explain was just that it's not necessarily anything wrong with the movie that you can specifically point at. It's just what it's lacking, I think, at the end of the day for me. But hey, I really liked a lot of the stylistic stuff. Like I love, and this was something that George talked about in the interview was I love seeing the same scene from different angles at the same time when he puts
Hmm.
the two shots next to each other. That's something I don't
Oh
think I've
yeah, yeah.
seen that before. I don't believe so. But like I thought that was really cool. And he sort of talked about how the idea was to get the small little um, character moments, the little quirks, and the performances from the actors, and that often that in the edit you'd have to choose between where to cut and who to put in. And he just often there were some really good little moments that he just wanted to be able to just say fuck it, just throw both of them on the screen at once so you can see them all. Um, so I thought that was kind of cool. Have you seen that before?
500 Days of Summer does something similar, I guess, where like they do like alternative version of the scenes side by side. Like
Oh,
of like what like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character like thinks the situation is going to be like, and then what it's actually like.
but at
Um,
the same time though,
at the same time.
that's cool.
Um,
That's neat.
and I think Legion does a bit of split screening in season 2, if I remember correctly.
Okay,
But
that's
yeah, I think each instance, I think it might be a bit different how it's used. But yeah, no, I thought this was a really cool touch as well.
yeah, for sure. Did the whole film Jake when he watched it? He sort of said that it gave him Wes Anderson
Oh,
vibes. Did you
massively,
feel
yeah,
the same way? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like the top review on Letterboxd is like the West Endification of Knives Out, which is like the perfect way to put it.
sure.
Um,
That's good.
it feels like he's kind of emulating a lot, which isn't always a bad thing, but like it's the way that Nightmare Before Christmas feels like a Tim Burton film. This feels like someone else's product, especially because Tom is his name, right? Yeah, because he's
Tom
not
George.
he's not well known enough to have his own stamp. Like I'm sure if he was to do enough films in this style, he would have an eventual characteristic that stands out from Wes
Yeah,
or from
yeah,
Edgar or from whoever else it kind of does, you know, simulate. But yeah, because this is his first one, it definitely feels like a lot of other people.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point. What was it exactly though? Because I was trying to articulate and think about
Um,
like what makes it. I was thinking about the colors mostly. Actually, is what I came down to, and the realization of the period.
Colors, the kind of deadpan comedy. Like I feel like a lot of the comedy is delivered in a similar way to Grand Budapest or like even Moonrise Kingdom. The kind of quirks that each character kind of the quirks of the characters like Sorsha feels very Wes Anderson. Even Sam Rockwell does like it does just feel quite familiar from another director.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. It almost. I don't think this is the case because I've got no trivia because I didn't really find any of it interesting. But I wouldn't have been surprised if I went into this, especially because Tom George seems to have popped out of nowhere. If it was like, yeah, this was meant to be a Wes Anderson project.
Maybe he's done TV. I should check his like TV history.
Oh, did you just look on Letterboxd?
Yeah,
I see. Tom George, director of all episodes of Bodyguard. It's like, whoa, damn.
It's a bunch of TV stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, like like TV stuff, not TV stuff.
What like network TV stuff?
No, like just like BBC productions. Like he directed the BBC Proms like coverage and like Glastonbury coverage and shit like that.
Oh, okay, not narrative.
No, like TV stuff. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, like he directed the Today Show. Wow, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, on all the Wes Anderson stuff, like, yeah, I really liked the costumes and the production design, and I thought that was all very well done.
I think even the cast is just very Wes Anderson, isn't it? I mean, Saoirse, Adrian Brody's there.
Has he been in a Wes Anderson film?
Yeah, he was in Grand Budapest.
Was he?
He was the son of the woman that died. And he was trying to claim the inheritance away from old mate.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure a lot of these other people have honestly been in Wes Anderson as well.
Yeah, you'd think so. Very, very good. How'd you feel about some of the meta aspects?
About like the commentaries of like adapting the product or like what?
Well, I think it mainly when I guess the two main ones are when Adrian Brody's opening narration, when he's talking about the whodunnit as a story structure and like how you've seen them all before and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, the most unlikable character always dies, and he refers to himself, obviously.
You see, the thing I didn't think he was the most unlikable character. I was like, oh yeah, I can get behind this dude.
I totally agree.
He's a straight shooting fella. I was like, he'll be around for a while. Nah.
Little did you know. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think he was that bad. I don't know if that was the point to make him like unlikable, but I thought he was quite likable. And so I assume not. And the other big one was there are some other little things. I feel like there was one in the middle of the movie that I'm totally forgetting. But the other really obvious one was, of course, when Sam looks at the end at the camera, at the end of the film, and tells us not to share this with spoilers of the movie, which I assume is something the real Mousetrap does, like the real play.
Well, they do it. They show us. Yeah, they show the play doing it too.
Yeah, which is great, by the way. That's a really cool idea. I like that the play does that because I still don't know. It was effective considering what it's been playing for, like 70 years, and I still don't know the spoiler. So good.
I mean, the internet's kind of ruined everything that you can about that. So, I mean, look at us. We're running it here. You can easily just go, "Who's a killer in the Mousetrap?" without. Without having to go watch it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I appreciate the gesture, the idea of like putting that on the audience. I think that's cool.
I feel like there's a lot of like just meta commentary, not without being like exclusively narration or directed at us, about like adapting products from real life and like the sensitivity of it as well. I thought that was a good dialogue. I think seeing Adrian Brody trying to revolutionize the film industry with his explosions and shit is also fun and interesting and great foreshadowing as well. I think like a lot of those moments throughout the film I did quite like, and even Brody's opening narration. Like, I didn't think it'd stick around, which it didn't. Did it? No, it didn't.
No.
But yeah, no, I did like his opening little tidbit.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, and great point about in terms of dealing with film adaptations and rights and producers. I totally agree. I liked all that too. I especially enjoyed the irony, the obvious irony of the whole thing taking place in the 50s and it being about stopping the mousetrap, the production, and it's still going today in London. Like, I just think that's hilarious. I still can't get over that. That's probably my number one. I don't know. Number one sounds a bit high, but I don't know. It probably is, honestly. It's very high on my list of things I want to do over there.
Go to the mousetrap
Yeah,
on High Street.
absolutely.
What's their Broadway called? West End. West End.
The West End. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a suburb, I assume. London's
Yeah,
West End.
probably.
Sounds like it.
It's probably like the arts district or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. For
back
sure.
when towns were planned, well, they had districts.
Yeah, yeah. Not anymore.
No. Did multiple people die in this film, or was it only Adrian Brody? No, there was like another murder, wasn't there?
Yeah, the other dude who drank the wrong cup of tea, he carked it.
Who was that?
I don't know, but so when they're all sitting at Agatha's house at the end,
Yeah, she tries
she
to.
serves tea, and then one of them does she try and poison?
Yeah,
Does
she
she?
tries to poison the security guard. Or
Yes,
but yeah, someone takes the wrong drink.
yes, and then he ends up dying.
Yeah, because she makes a point about no, that's not your drink, and then someone takes it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't remember who that actually was that died though, but I just remember the visual of them like being dead there. It was a male,
yeah,
but I don't.
older, right?
Yeah, but I don't recall who he was in the story. To be honest, that whole climax action shootout. I don't know. I feel like there was another version of it that was clever, but it just felt anticlimactic to me overall. I think. Um, and like I was too stupid, but Jake pointed out it's meant to be obvious apparently that like it's the same as Adrian's storyboard earlier in the movie.
Yeah. Did
Is
you?
how it plays out.
Wow.
Totally,
Oh my.
totally didn't notice that at all.
Zach. Oh my god.
But like, okay, no, totally. I'll take the hit. I'll take the L. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
like, how like what does that? I don't know. Like, does that add anything to the movie other than like,
Foreshadowing.
yeah,
Yeah, Adrian wants to end his script with big explosions and shootouts and guns, and the director says, no, the producer says, that's shithouse. And then
oh,
this
that's sort of
film,
meta then.
and then
Yeah,
this film ends with explosions and guns,
yeah,
and even
yeah.
like
Okay,
Saoirse diving in the way, because
yeah,
yeah, that happened in this in the storyboards as well.
yeah. Okay,
And it's a bit of
no, that's fair.
bit of fun, It's also
Yeah,
commentary about films these days, CGI explosions, roller coaster rides,
sure. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Theme park rides.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That's a good point. That's a good point. What really didn't do a lot for me is when films do generic character wrap ups, dude. Oh my god, I can't stand this shit. I can't, dude. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah.
I can't stand when we get a 2-minute scene at the end of a movie and it's like, shit, Constable went on to get promoted and hang out in the police station, and Sam Rockwell is now a successful. Like, oh my god, like I can't stand that stuff. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't want to be too broad, but like when it's just generic, like they lived happily. I'm like, all right, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of delivered in that kind of deadpan style that the rest of the film is in, though. So
Like it's a bit satirical.
yeah, it's like of course she passed. It's like this is
Oh,
happening.
okay.
Of course this is happening. It's like
Oh, yeah, because that's what she passed her exam.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, I see that. I see the argument for that. I still stand by overall, though, guys. If you're writing a screenplay, try and avoid these goddamn generic character wrap-up scenes, please.
it doesn't happen too often, does it? I mean, I don't know.
It's
Enough that you have to complain about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the bigger the budget and the more like the larger the production, I feel like the increases the chance of it.
I honestly feel like I more often see it in like comedy products.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
the only one that jumps to mind now is from an episode of Community, where like, it just takes the piss about like all the characters at the end of like a really like immature like episode.
it can be used. It can be used funny and be comedic for sure. Like when it's done cool. But like for me, like the best. I've got no idea why, dude. It's probably the only thing I remember at the movie. But for some reason, like for me, the film San Andreas always comes to mind. It's really weird. But that one comes to mind. And when they spend like 5 minutes after it's all over, just like hugging each other on the ground, like I can't. Oh my god, please
But
send
you're
me
not gonna
home.
hug you're not gonna hug the people around you after an earthquake, after a fault line thing.
Oh, absolutely. Canonically, they need to hug. I don't need to see it. You know. How did you feel about the performances, the accents, the charming accents? Is what I would
Remember, there was
say.
like 8 minutes of like before the show started as well.
Yeah, that's all staying in.
No, I love the accent. I love Saoirse's Irish accent. I love hearing it always. Um,
100%.
Adrian Brody's kind of sleazy Hollywood accent, old
Mm,
timey. Sam
sleazy.
Rockwell's
Yeah,
little
yeah.
David's pompous kind of thing he's got going.
David's was fantastic,
Yeah,
actually.
the
Yeah.
French bloke. Um, he was alright.
Moaning Myrtle just being Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, her
Just
accent.
an
Yeah.
accent in her own right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I thought Sam Rockwell's accent was quite solid, actually. It was understated,
Mm.
which worked for the character. Yeah, it wasn't like, yeah, so I didn't get it wasn't like, I wasn't like so impressed with it in terms of like, how is he pulling off such an incredible British accent? Because it was quite understated. It wasn't like, it didn't have that effect, but it worked for the character, and I thought it was cool. I felt for him when he just wanted to take a nap in the car, man. I felt for that.
Mm.
Just let the man sleep. And then what was it? Wasn't it Saoirse Ronan like solved it way too quickly, and then he was just like, "Oh shit, we need to keep moving now." Was that what it was?
Like an early part of it.
I think they both got in the car, and he was like, "I'm going to take a nap now. I'll wait for you." And then she was like, "Yeah, but I already did it." And he's like, "Oh, no nap for me." I think that's what it was. I don't know.
Okay. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh god. I mean, the other most obvious like cute moment that like exemplifies the pleasant nature of the dialogue throughout is just the constant. And I don't know, like, did you find it annoying? I don't think you would. I don't think you would. But like the constable, inspector, detective.
Oh no, I thought that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, same, same,
Yeah.
same. Because I could see people getting annoyed at it, maybe, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, love that shit. That's like classic humor, it's like Faulty Towers type shit.
What?
It's just
Faulty Towers?
it's an old British sitcom.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that, but I see what you mean with it having sort of sitcom energy. Yeah, yeah, I like that. That's true. And with that, I've got nothing else, dude.
Yeah. No, no. Yeah, no. I think I watched it too long ago, man. Which is like we
I
said, 9 days
know,
ago. Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I don't possess the physical ability to do this anymore.
So it's those bloody video games that you kids consume.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh my god. I mean, for real though, like, dude, everyone that listens knows that I goddamn watch the movie either the night before or the morning of usually, and I still can't remember characters' names. I'm still like, what? Who? What's her
Yeah.
name again? And so I had no chance here. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anything about the music? Was there anything that
Oh
stood out to
yeah,
you?
Daniel Pemberton did the music, which surprised me. I feel like I say his name a lot ever since Spider Verse. I just feel like I keep on seeing his name pop up.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so
I
like
have seen
yeah,
his name.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, cool.
That's an interesting vibe for him, actually.
Hmm.
All right. Let's get to our final verdicts for see how we run. Jaden.
Yeah, 7. I kind of spoiled this for you last week because I forgot that we were watching it this week. And I watched it
Which is hilarious.
prematurely. Really, 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 yeah. 7. Like, I feel like I could give it an 8, but I'd be forcing it. Like,
Oh, okay.
like
Wow.
it just be like I'm like it is that little bit ingenuine. But like it could sit there if I really wanted to. Um,
Mm,
but no,
mm.
I think it's charming. I think it's cute. I think other things do it better. Um, but I think it's a decent blend of genres and style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genre and
I agree
style,
with
not
that.
genres, but like genre and style. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. That's a good point. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a totally fair, like not how do I put this? Like a totally non-malicious 5. You know what I mean? Where like it's just an average movie for me. I liked a lot about it, definitely, but I don't know if I'd recommend it either though. You know, so it's just like I don't regret watching it. It was fairly pleasant. Appreciate aspects of it, but probably never going to. Already struggling to remember it. Probably won't really think about it again. So
Think about it next week for the awards when it's in your top 5 of the year.
definitely not. Absolutely not. I am looking forward to that though, for sure. I've got to figure that out. Have you got your list sorted? Like, have you been keeping your ranked up to date?
Yeah, I keep a running list of the year.
So, I can already see it there. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, look. Okay, nice. Let's get into news chat. We're a bit bare. There was the Last of Us trailer that neither of us saw, so that's no.
I mean,
helpful.
it's like 40 days away. I mean, like, why do you need another trailer?
Right, exactly. I must say though, as we're getting closer, I'm actually getting pretty damn pumped for this show. I feel like everything I've seen, I did look at the posters they released recently. They released every character got a poster, and I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah, so, sure.
Yeah. Imagine being cast as Sarah, by the way. It's like, wow.
Oh, that poor girl, man. That poor
exactly.
girl.
It's like, yeah. So, you know exactly what you need to deliver on set, and that's it.
Oh no, I just mean in response,
pretty intense.
like in terms of like people.
Oh no. Oh shit! Don't tell me there was race stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh shit! I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I wasn't talking about story stuff. No, I was talking about like IRL stuff. No. Yeah.
Oh no! I should have known. I'm sorry. I should have realized that was inevitable. Sorry. I was saying, I'm as we get closer, I'm actually genuinely getting pretty psyched for this show, and I've been thinking about it. Like, I was always going to watch it, obviously, and I was always going to probably like it, and be into it. But as we get closer, I'm just starting to realize, dude, I'm going to try and get my whole fam in on this, and how excited I am to do that and see how we go, because it's such a rare opportunity. Like, Last of Us, I absolutely love it as a franchise. So, like, it's such a rare chance that something like that, where, dude, none of my family they're never going to play the game. You know, it's never going to happen. But like my dad, like, we love HBO shows. We love post-apocalyptic stuff. I think he's going to love it. And it's just such a rare opportunity where I can like share that with him and with them in a way that that it rarely ever happens, you know, for other things that I really like, you know. So I'm just going to sort of try and make the most of that opportunity. So yeah, that's why I'm psyched for it. And it's, yeah, as you said, it's very close now. So that's cool. No news to talk about with it though. You didn't see The Bad Batch?
No. I heard good things about it though. I saw a poster.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. It was fairly actually similar to the first trailer. I think the main extra thing it sort of gave us, outside of just, you know, obviously slightly new shots, but in terms of new information, Cody was there. So that's fun. Excited to see that. Yeah. Excited to see post Order 66 Cody and where he's at. I presume he'll end up being pretty solid for us, I think. I'm hoping. I'm pulling for him. So yeah, I mean, I love the show, so I'm excited to get more of it, of course. I did see they also released the episode titles, and reading through those, there are some...
that's a risk.
There are a few... Yeah, no, it was okay, but there were a few that sort of got my eyebrows raised, like, oh...
Echo dies.
Echo dies again. Yeah, so there are a few that sort of got me intrigued, like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. We'll see where that goes.
Is it
so yeah,
12, 16 episodes?
16. And there's a few... There were 3 double episodes. There were 3 weeks where they're dropping 2 at once, because they're going to be, like, connected, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is good, actually, because if you recall the season finale of season 1, that was like, you could very much have seen them doing a double for that, but they didn't. And it sort of made the part 2 feel a bit underwhelming, in my opinion, at the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because part 1 was really strong, and then to wait a week for part 2, which was sort of just a fairly straightforward resolution to part 1. Like, I feel like if they dropped them at the same time, it would have felt a lot greater, in my opinion. Which is, you know, not really indicative of the product itself or anything. But yeah, the only other thing was this Wonder Woman 3 drama. I mean, we sort of talked about it a bit already before the show, and it's a bit odd with the new DC shakeup canning it, and then there's this updated story about how Patty Jenkins actually walked away. But then the story sort of made clear that she walked away before the new regime. So like, it was sort of unclear. I don't know, but the timeline of events, I guess. But overall, the gist is that Wonder Woman 3 is not happening in its current form that you would expect it in, I guess. I don't know how that makes you feel, Jane, because we're all on the same page about what's it called, 1984? Yeah.
No, that was pretty arsehole. I did enjoy like some of the Cold War aesthetic that it goes for, but no, it was relatively poor, especially like the whole just wish, don't be greedy, or like what was it? Don't wish for this, and it was just child's play, It felt felt very condescending kind of discussion, considering the first one was about death and war and shit. It's like, don't wish for too much. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah. Pedro was good in it though, I thought.
I mean, he does what he can.
Sure. Which is, I don't know. I just like Pedro, so it's good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really care about Wonder Woman. So. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not. You mentioned, like, will Gal get recast? That's possible. I'd sort of. If I were to bet, I'd say no, though. Just because she's in perfectly. Like, she is synonymous with the role at this point. She's the only person to ever play the role. And the audiences connect with her.
Excuse me? Are you disrespecting Linda Carter like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. No, you are right.
You disgust me. You piece of shit.
Remember when she turned up in 84?
Oh, yeah, she did too, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like they'd want to stick with her. But I think the direction of the movie, though, like, would be, if Patty's not involved, they just probably do their own thing with just, sort of similar to what they're doing with Cavill at the moment, where it's just like, yeah, he's back, but like totally new direction.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such an awkward place for DC to be that your main competitor is just doing so well and you constantly flailing around,
Yeah.
I mean, I know the whole point of this shakeup was to start building in a new direction, but like, you've had this DC's, like, this cinematic universe has been around since 2013 now, technically.
Yeah.
It's like you're nearly 10 years deep and you've still got no direction. So it's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, when you put it like that, it's totally accurate. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And it's weird because I actually sort of feel like, I mean, wait and see. It's going to take a few years to see how this all ends up shaking out. But, like, in my opinion, like, things like the Batman and Joker, these sort of just more one-off, self-contained, different universes. That, like, the stuff that was the old regime, late game decisions by them. I feel like that's the way to go, personally. And who knows? Like, in 3 years, James Gunn's DC universe could be amazing. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like sticking with just cooler project-by-project stuff is pretty sweet. Because I know they're shooting that Joker sequel now, but because it was all, it was all underway. But I don't think James Gunn would have greenlit that, And I like I mean, that sounds unique and cool. So I don't know if it's going to be good, but I just like the idea of it over just another, like, oh, let's do a goddamn Elastic Man movie or some shit. I don't know. Who's that guy in Batman the Brave and the Bold who stretches?
Plastic Man? Plastic Elastic, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. It sort of sounds more appealing than that to me.
I think they should honestly emulate what the animated films do and just, like, have some of them connected, have some of them not connected, and just leave it ambiguous as to what's what.
Yes. That's cool.
Because I think at this point it's too late to really build a universe and kind of try and be a rival. Yeah. I mean, you've got the people to do it at the head, I guess, but, like, it just feels like you've been trying that for 10 years and your most successful products are always the single or one-offs. So, like,
exactly.
Yeah, don't try. I mean, even Shazam was meant to be that little bit more, singular, and it did well. But but obviously it's been integrated into like the main line a
Yeah.
bit more. So yeah.
Yeah. No, totally agree. All right, now it's time for our highlights of the week. Dude, I've got nothing. Like, I'm sort of watching little bits and pieces. I continuing The White Lotus, started Dark on Netflix. Have you seen
Oh
that?
no way! I was because it's like I watched the first 4 episodes like back in 2017 whenever it dropped, and like I just stopped dead there because I don't know. It's not like it was bad. It's just I don't know. I was just not that interested. I've been like I've always been like meaning to like restart it. And this week I was hovering over it for so long, and I was like, all right, now's the time to restart. But yeah, I just didn't because I'm I don't know. Yeah.
But are you thinking of doing it soon?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
I'm
No.
on. What are you up to?
I'm in the middle of the third one. Like, I'm nowhere. But I had a very similar thing actually, where I started it. I watched the first 2 episodes in, I want to say, 2020. Somewhere around there, I watched the first 2 episodes because like everyone loves this show. Everyone thinks it's incredible. So like I wanted to get into it, and I watched the first 2 episodes. Same thing as you, where I was like, it wasn't bad at all. I just sort of fell off it. I think the subtitles added a little extra barrier for me.
Oh, thank God you're watching it in fucking German. I was really scared that you're watching it in English.
I tried the English dub. I did try it just because I wanted to give it a go for 10 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I don't need that. So, and I'm not against the subtitles, to be clear, but it's just another little, like, sometimes I need to be sort of right in the mood, as opposed to for other shows I can be a bit looser with it. Yeah, so I watched the first 2 years ago and then dropped off for whatever reason, and then I literally at this point basically I've done is rewatch those two and then watched a bit of the third. So I'm still sort of nowhere, but I'm on the journey to try and get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that sticks in my mind from that episode, from that series, is like that one scene. I don't know when it occurs. I think it's probably episode 1. When, like there's like police cars rocking up on the bridge. And I was like, oh, that's nice because it was just a good shot.
It's so random.
Yeah,
yeah. The whole thing, I must say, like right off the bat, the thing that like right now, because I'm still early in the story, the thing that's like keeping me watching is just the overall, like, the cinematography, the overall atmosphere. It feels very Kojima to me, like the whole thing. I feel like Kojima would eat this shit up. Like the whole overall the color grading and just the general supernatural and the score, like it all feels like Death Stranding-esque stuff to me, which is why I'm sort of into it at the moment. Yeah. Just all the time travel weird ass shit, Yeah, it's cool. they got something going for you. Yeah. But what have you been watching?
I did quite a bit of rewatching, to be honest. I'll talk about Detective Pikachu because, like, have you seen it?
No,
bro. I love this movie so much.
Okay.
This is like my third or fourth time watching it, and every time it's just an absolute pleasure, man. Like it's the perfect realization of real life Pokemon on the screen. Like if there's a world you can live in, you pick Pokemon because Pokemon are awesome, and it's an ideal world. There's no war, there's no crime, there's a few terrorists, but like they get dealt with by 10-year-olds. Like Pokemon is just ideal, see, especially this realization of Ram City, where like it's this massive megalopolis with like Pokemon and people living side by side. It just fills my childhood, it just fills me, just so nice, and like I love the comedy of this. It's so funny, like I laugh a lot, which is probably bad because it's like for children. Like I think I might have even been sad at one point. I don't want to say I cried, but I think I was very sad at one point. I think Ryan Reynolds does a great job. Like, as much as he's become very worn out, whatever, I do really like his voice as Pikachu, especially this kind of depiction of Pikachu. I think it suits really well. I just think I think it's so cool. I think all the Pokemon look great. Like they don't look like abominations. Like they do look good. It is quite a good looking movie, just off the rip, like just like the way it's shot and like aesthetically. And it's kind of like it's just so good, man. Like it is
okay.
It's so good.
I must say, I'm surprised that it wasn't a huge hit, right? Because I would have thought on paper, dude, they would have like where we would have had 2 more by now or something. You know what I mean? Or they'd at least be shooting one or something, because I feel like it's such a no-brainer. Pokemon's so huge, and by all accounts, like everyone seems to like this movie, you know. So like, by all accounts, like, why aren't there more of them? I guess it wasn't a huge hit or something. I don't really know the
Yeah, I
box
don't think
office
it did
numbers, but
the best. Like, it's got average critic scores, but critics are dickheads
oh
anyway.
yeah, that's not surprising.
But like, I don't know, it's just so good. Like, Ken Watanabe's in there. I mean, like, what more do you want?
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's actually great.
Like is it like back when we were doing our video game question. I don't know if I neglected this or if I did in fact answer it. But like, this is 100% the best video game movie. You know?
Okay,
It's just
nice.
you know, and like there's even like a scene where Pikachu's sad and he's singing the original theme, and it's just funny. It's just great. You know, it's just so
It does
good,
sound
man.
funny. Okay, I'll give it a watch. I've never been against watching it by any means. I just haven't gotten to it. But yeah, awesome. I'll give it a watch.
You say it made 433 million worldwide off a 150 million budget. So I mean, like, it was reasonably successful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I just guess there's not too much interest.
I guess. Yeah. Like, I am surprised it's not more successful, but that's not a bomb.
No.
I guess it was just sort of middling, and they just sort of went with other things. I guess. I don't know what the studio was, but
yeah, in the US it made 150, 144. So maybe they're just, maybe they're trying to market too much to the US, and like main audience didn't really eat it up that much. So it's like,
yeah, that's so weird though. Pokemon's like stupid big. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw something the other day that was like Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world, full stop. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. So
which is like, what the fuck? Like, how is that? How are there not like 50 more movies? Like, I mean, like huge theatrical movies. I mean, all right. Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is the best Sam Rockwell movie? Andy said, the best Sam Rockwell movie I've seen so far is probably Jojo Rabbit. Clearly have not seen much of his stuff myself. Now, if we're talking about Sam's best acting performance, it's probably this masterpiece, in which Andy links a Saturday Night Live skit called The Science Show. Have you seen this?
No, don't watch SNL.
Okay, fair. I've never seen much SNL, and I feel bad that we're right now just admitting on air that we didn't watch Andy's clip. But I haven't seen much of SNL, except I must admit I do quite like the Kylo Ren undercover boss segment.
Mm.
That's pretty solid. I quite like that. I think that's probably the only thing I've seen in full, to be honest.
Same, probably.
Yeah. Luke says, dude, Iron Man 2, no question. His dance to pick up the pieces is awesome. And he gifts it here. It does look pretty funny, actually. I need to rewatch Iron Man 2. I have no recollection of it. But I feel like everyone says that Sam Rockwell's really good in it. So that's like winning me over. When did you last see Iron Man 2?
A long time ago on free to air TV, because I remember I remember
sounds right. Yeah.
The scene where Whiplash goes onto the track at the Monaco GP, fucking cuts up the cars and shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Damn. All right, I'll have to give that a watch for Sam Rockwell, I guess. Cool. I must admit, last week when we chose the question, it was all in good. What's the word? Good. Not motivation. It was in good faith, I guess, because we were like, we want to give some shine to Sam Rockwell because he's a great actor and all this. He's honestly not in as much as I thought, I must say. Like, scrolling through here, there are some bangers though. The Assassination of Jesse James, but like I see, that's the thing about Sam Rockwell. I feel like where he's in these great movies, and I often sort of just forget he's in them. Like I totally forgot he's in Jesse James. Totally forgot he was in Jojo Rabbit. So,
which character was he, Jesse James? This is I watched this like super recently. I can't remember.
I think he was just one of like the like at the start, sort of the main gang. He was just one of them there, I think, and I don't think he was like in it much past. I could be totally wrong about this, but I don't think he was in it much like past halfway.
You see, he's third build on Letterboxd. He's Charlie Ford.
So he's Casey Affleck's brother?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, goddamn.
That's correct.
Fitzy's losing his mind right now. I'm sorry. Yeah. So for me, but for me, when I think of Sam Rockwell, like, he's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Great in See How They Run today. Great in Vice as well, as he plays George Bush. I never know
Elden Ring.
which
Oh
one is
no, sorry,
which.
that was Bill. Yeah,
Wait, what?
I was gonna make a joke about the kid at the Game Awards, but that was Bill Clinton, not George
Oh,
Bush.
who got up on stage?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you see Jeff's tweet about that and all the likes it got?
yeah. He was like, yeah. Did you see like all the memes afterwards? Like, he was
No.
taken out back and shot in the head.
Oh man. So yeah, Sam Rockwell played him. But no, when I think of Sam Rockwell, the performance, the definitive performance to me is three billboards. That's what comes to mind immediately. And I think it's what I'll sort of forever associate with him because it's a fantastic performance, fantastic film. Yeah, it just screams memorable, which is clearly for me the opposite of some of these other ones. Are you in agreement?
Liam, what does he have to say? Is a real question.
Oh yes. Fitzy. What would Fitzy actually say though looking through this?
Well, yeah, since he didn't submit his own, we have to
That's actually,
hypothesize for
yeah,
him.
actually, great point. That's unbelievable.
Let's have a look. Has he seen Moon? I feel like if he's seen Moon, it's gonna be Moon. Ooh, only a 7 actually. Ooh, maybe not Moon.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Moon. That's one for sure I feel like would be up my alley. I need to see that.
I mean, Jesse James, right? I mean, like, because it's about favorite film, right? Not performance.
Sure. Yeah.
Has he removed all his fucking ratings again? Why is that nothing? Oh no, he's got ratings. Why is there no rating on Jesse James? What's this?
He decided he hates it.
Perhaps maybe we're wrong again. G-Force is probably the safe answer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess he does. You just say, Jesse. Does he like Three Billboards as much as we do? It's hard to say because I remember we mainly talked about it in Bruges, which he wasn't there for either. So
you see, he's got
I
it.
don't know.
He's got it on a 7, which I have it on a 7. So I can assume.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay. What about Seven Psychopaths? Does he like that?
He's got that on a 7 as well. He's a very 7 kind of person. It seems like for Rockwell.
Anyway, what the hell's yours?
Oh, 7 Psychopaths.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's so good, so funny. I mean, Colin, Martin, Sam, Christopher Walken. You know, it's just perfect.
I need to watch that real bad.
Mm.
Is it above or below In Bruges for you?
Below, in Bruges.
Okay, but still a banger.
Yeah, above 3 billboards.
Okay, that's good. Excellent. Okay, I should watch that before Banshees comes here. Because his filmography isn't that expansive, is it? Like I think you sort of almost got it after that.
It's like 4 or 5, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Really yeah.
And I think that's because, if I'm not mistaken, he was a stage director, I think, for a long time as well. So I think that's why I think film sort of came a bit later for Martin, I think.
Yeah, and it's 5 films.
Right. Yeah, cool. Got to smash through those. Very, very good. Now comes the segment. No, that's the last part. As always, we'd love you to send your questions, thoughts, and reviews for next week's film in the YouTube comment section, or send us a DM on Instagram, join the Discord, all that sort of business. But next week, guys, we're prepping for the big one. The 3rd annual. Can you believe that? The 3rd annual Cinema Effect Awards next week. I'm so excited. So, continuing the tradition, we'll be asking you to submit your thoughts for that episode. And the question is, what are your favourite movies and TV shows of 2022? Submit more than one. Submit as much as you like. Sound off. Make it like a forum discussion. You know what I mean? Just like as many films, shows that come to mind immediately as some of the best you'd seen this year, that released this year, of course. Yeah, let us know your thoughts.
Send us a Google Doc with them all linked. You know.
Yeah. Send us your letterboxed ranked lists, and we'll go through them and critique them and stuff. Yeah.
Purchase the DVDs and send it to our PO box.
Yeah. So we can watch
Zach's house. I'll get his address for you.
Oh man. Okay. We're stoked for that. So we'd love you to be a part of it and submit your thoughts there. All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode. We already said what's happening next week. We've got the awards coming up. Jane, what are you thinking with the awards. How are you feeling about it? And more specifically, have you got stuff right now that you need to watch beforehand? Like, have you got a bit of a game plan heading into it?
I've got so many things, and I was like, when December hit, I was like, okay, 2022 films only. But like, I just like, I was
Detective Pikachu calls, man.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I quickly gave up on that, and I started rewatching stuff as well. So it was like double as so I've got 68 films from this year that are still on my watch list. Like it's just too much, and like too many big ones. Northman,
Okay.
Pinocchio, Elvis,
Right.
Pearl, Everything Everywhere. It's just way too many. I don't know.
That is a lot, I must say.
It's always the case, though.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, we're all the same. We sort of just have to pick our battles and end up watching what we think is going to end up. Because obviously there's still films coming out afterwards, so it's not like this can be a definitive episode. But just have to do the best we can. So with that in mind, like, do you have a particular, I don't know, handful that you're going to really try and tackle?
So Northman is on Prime.
Yeah.
Rosalind is on Disney. Deep Water's on Prime. I can attack those. Amsterdam's on Disney, although I don't really want to watch that. I don't know. There's a few I can definitely get to. Stranger on Netflix. That's probably like one of the big ones to watch because it's Aussie. I think I might try and bang a few out this week. 2 a day.
Wow, that'd be huge.
2 a day, and I'd still only be at fucking like 4. That's ridiculous, man.
I mean, sure, but if you were to do 2 a day and like pick carefully, like that's huge. Like you'd end up with that could potentially end up like forming a huge chunk of your list just right there. That'd be huge. I'm definitely not.
Hold on, Avatar comes out next week, doesn't it? Fuck, we got to do Avatar.
It comes out Wednesday.
Wednesday, shit. You know watch it?
Yeah. I was literally thinking about that before the show of what my plan is to watch it. Yeah, we got to figure that out for sure. Dude, I read like a whole article about if I should bother seeing it in 3D, and I still can't decide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have glasses? I thought people with glasses hate 3D.
Yeah, I do. But it's it's Avatar. Like if I'm ever going to see a movie in 3D, I feel like James would be disappointed.
3D IMAX.
That's I looked up the tickets for that too. That's the other thing.
$50?
They're 38, 35.
I think that's a regular IMAX price, isn't it? Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah. But there was a session IMAX Avatar Thursday at it was 6:15 a.m. and I was like, what? Like that's sort of tempting. But no, it's really not at all. Dude, this week, what have I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I've sort of covered the main bases I want to cover this year.
Have you seen the fucking runtime for Avatar?
Yes. Is it 3:20 or 3:10?
3:12. Yeah, 3:10. Yeah,
3:12.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Get hyped. We get it. Save the planet. Jesus Christ, James. Oh my God. Anyway, thanks for chatting. We'll have that conversation probably in a minute. And we'll see everyone next week for the awards. Please take care and goodbye.